he says any sound. Kyle Beats on his website says any sound, and this is a sound, and in my opinion, it does not improve the sound. It makes it worse. 2 clicks and it's all right. I wouldn't say it's perfect. It's not done. There's still more stuff that would be needed. My problem, my beef with this plugin is, which I bought, like I spent my money on it. My beef with it is that it doesn't do what it's marketed as. Yo, what is up? My name is Kevin Savage, and today we are going to look at Kyle Beats' 2 clicks and it's perfect, aka Drip plugin, and see if it's worth it based off of kind of what they're trying to market it to. So, first off, let's go ahead and go to the Drip website, take a look and see what they are saying it's supposed to do. I know that there's been several people who've looked into this. I'm giving my take, and then we'll go ahead and look at, and see, is it worth it? What my thoughts are for like the price and stuff like that. All right, so we are at dripplugin.com. This is the landing page for Kyle Beats' Drip plugin, and as you can see, it says, instantly bring life to your music. Master your workflow. It gives some before and afters. We're going to do our own before and afters. It says the perfect flavor for any sound. So keep that in mind. Any sound, that means you should be able to put it on anything and it shouldn't matter. Mix and master and randomize 24 hand selected tailored presets to give you the sound you need instantly without any knowledge of mixing. Apparently Kyle Beats knows, exactly what we need. So you don't need to waste years learning how to manipulate sounds. I hate this. I'm gonna be completely honest. I really like Kyle Beats' content. I've learned a lot from him. I don't like that. That actually irritates me a lot. You don't need to waste years learning how to. It's literally against everything that I talk about on this channel and how I've always communicated, like podcasts, when I had the podcast more so. Like literally, you should spend those years aren't wasted learning how to manipulate sounds. Like that's just that's not a thing. You're not wasting years. Unlimited possibilities. I'm sure with the randomized that makes sense. Anyone can pick up Drip and use it to its full capabilities. Okay, so there's another key point there. Anyone. So that means whether or not you are a incredibly experienced producer or you are a brand new user. Anyone. I should be able to pull my girlfriend from her test that she's taking right now and be able to stick her in here, and she should be able to know that I'm not going to do that. But I don't think that. I think that's a little exaggeration. Don't worry, every knob can be customized to get the perfect sound you desire. Cool. Keep creating. Streamline your workflow. Streamline is good. I create macro knobs when I create little Ableton effect racks to help with that. Just a couple of clicks so you can stop worrying about spending hours trying to get the sounds to blend together, and you can spend more time doing what you do best. Stay inspired. Keep creating. That's inspirational. I like that. And listen, Kyle Beats is excellent at building an aesthetic. His videos look fantastic. He's got a really good vibe. He's definitely innovating, and I appreciate that. And I don't have anything against producers creating plugins. I think it's great. More plugins, it's more creative options. Fantastic. $125 seems a little bit much. If he opens it up to $125, no, Kyle, no. 47. Let's see. Is it worth $47 right now? 2 clicks and it's perfect. The notorious Kyle Beats plugin that was spamming his ad was literally on nonstop over the summer. Listen, I don't know the money that he's got going into this, but or he just figured it out. Like, listen, Kyle, maybe you need to teach a masterclass on like how to market, because you got it in front of everyone. Anyway, let's take a look. I've already purchased it. I've installed it. little bit, let's talk about the installation. That kind of irked me a little bit too. It's not straightforward. A whole idea of like anyone can use this. To be honest, the Mac installer, trash. So when you install something on a Mac, typically you open up a .dmg file, and you literally hit continue, you choose, what hard drive you want to install it to, and then it installs, boom, you open up your DAW, type in your serial number, you're up and running once your DAW scans for the preset. He didn't have an installer. He had a .dmg file, but let me show you what I'm talking about. This was like, in fact, this I think is what inspired me to do this video and say, okay, you're already selling this for just in my opinion, too much. We'll look more into that and whatnot, but you're already selling this for like $50, and you're also like, your installer is trash. Like, come on, dude, come on. Anyway, let me show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. We have the drip downloader right here, and he's got the install guides. He's got a video, which I guess, let's see here, drip plugin. He's got a little video on like how to install it.
Yo, Kyle Beats here. Mac, if you don't DMG right here, this install file called drip setup. We gave you 2 ways to install it. Basically, the manual install is...
All right, so I'm going to pause there for a second. When you open up, at least this was my experience when I opened up the drip installer, it didn't do anything. Like, I don't know if it's some broken code, Kyle, but like, it just opens up this. Like, it doesn't open up anything, Kyle. When you open up the drip installer, the .dmg, the thing that should like, you should double click on it to go ahead and install it. It opens up this like installer, but it's all drag and drop. But when you drag and drop, at least from my experience, it didn't actually drop it into those aliases. It like, you had to actually like open up those aliases to then drag and drop. Now, listen, maybe my experience is different than yours. Now, I doubt it, but maybe I'm wrong here. Anyway, I still think that like, why you're having people drag and drop. Why, take the extra time, make an extra more professional plugin, and like have it so that it automatically installs in these locations. Like, you've already got the programmer who's helping you build this plugin. I know you're not programming it, Kyle, but like, why aren't you building an installer? Like, I haven't installed anything out there like that I've purchased that has made me jump through this many hoops. Like, it's just, it's insane, dude. Like, come on. So anyway, that's my beef with the installer. Like, why? Anyway, already like that brings down the value, in my opinion, of this plugin, because the idea is you're saying anyone can use this, but people have to install it. Now, I don't know about Windows, so Windows might be super easy, but at least for Mac, it's not straightforward for your average user. I've worked on Macs for a while. Like, I understand Macs. I understand how to install. Like, I get this stuff a little bit better, but like, I can't imagine someone who's never, who's very like new and got inspired from, Kyle Beats gets this and is like, I'm lost. And then they're like, I just wasted, $50 on this thing. So there's my initial beef. And this honestly, I think, prompted me to make this video. All right, now moving on, let's go ahead and hop into Ableton and take a look to see like, is his catchphrase, that little catchphrase from his advertising, 2 clicks and it's perfect, can you take a sound and in
2 clicks
make it
perfect
for the track? And I've got 3 tests and I'm going to go over. So the first test is I just grabbed a MIDI melody. This is something that I did. This is not a melody or chord progression that I created. This is something from like a MIDI pack. I grabbed the drum kit. Like, all of these sounds are not for me. So my idea is, what if someone who doesn't have any background, like it's brand new to music production, has like Ableton and, maybe like a month of experience, understands how to like bring in MIDI and how to load up an instrument. or a sample, because I have a sample on here, can they turn a sound into something that's perfect? And so I do one test where I use like basically stock plugins. I use like the piano presets that I never use in Ableton with some stock MIDI and a drum loop. I have one where I use Omnisphere. So this is taking that like middle tier user who like has plugins, and I'm using Omnisphere and Keyscape. So these are expensive plugins. So these are much better sounding samples. Can you, in
2 clicks,
essentially, make some, can you make it sound good? And then test 3, this is like a MIDI, this is like an audio loop from, I think, Cymatics, and a drum loop from Cymatics, and it's like, what, can this flip like a track loop into something that's better? So these are kind of what I'm doing. I figured like those are most of the ways that someone's going to probably use this. You might throw this on a send. I don't have a send test. So maybe there's some value in that, but let's take a look at test number 1, which uses drip on a grand piano and so we got the drum loop right here. We got a piano, some chords, we have a melody. So let's turn off drip from the get-go. I put it on the full thing. So this is what it sounds like without anything. Basic. This is like so basic. Anyway, what if you are a producer who's brand new, is just trying to, make sounds that they feel a little happier with, and they bought some MIDI packs, and they found some Ableton instruments, and they have a drum loop, and they're just playing around with this. Can you make something with this that you feel happy with? So, there's obviously a little bit extra that I did here by putting this auto filter on here, but so what happens when we start layering drip on? Let me make sure it's initialized. I don't even know if there's a way to initialize this. We'll initialize it this way. Let's delete drip, and let's go to plugins, drip. This is the basic one, right? So idea here is 2 clicks, right? I've already done 1 click, but let's ignore that 1 click. Let's do 2 clicks and see if we can make it perfect. Preset manager, 1 click. And I don't know, that's 2 clicks, Kyle. I think this is like dry wet, so this is click number 3. Still kind of trash. I mean, granted, this is just like MIDI, and this melody is kind of trash, to be honest, but 3 clicks and it's all right. All right, so, let's do another. Let's randomize. That's kind of cool. Let's do drip. Yeah, it's not 2 clicks and it's perfect. And it's clearly not any sound. I grabbed a piano, the most basic of sounds, something that you should be able to manipulate with reverb and other stuff like that. And a basic melody, like I don't even care if the melody sounds great. Like I know the melody sounds like shit. Imagining I'm a brand new producer, you can't, 2 clicks and it's not perfect. 3 clicks, maybe 4 clicks, you can keep messing around, fine tune it, but that's with anything. And keep this in mind. I turned off the graphic, which was annoying the shit out of me. Like it's a cool idea, you know, like you got this sauce, you know, but yeah, no. Try to turn the graphics off. Anyway, 2 clicks and it's perfect is not accurate in my opinion, at least on this very basic track. I didn't really spend a lot of time trying to like put the perfect situation, because the idea is he's saying any sound, basically like any situation, but clearly not any sound and not any situation and not any level of producer, because a producer with no experience is going to, for one, have a problem installing this probably, and two, once they get it installed, they're going to fiddle around and I don't know, maybe they'll think it's interesting. You know, maybe they'll like it, but honestly, like it doesn't sound that good. And it's the same sounds that you could get if you played around with plugins with built-in, you know, reverb and delay and frequency shifter and stuff like that, which you should learn. But he says on the website that you shouldn't learn, which is fucking irritating. What about a test where it's like Omnisphere, right? Omnisphere, Keyscape, these are, you know, these are like, between these two plugins, it's like almost $1,000 or $700, right? Like these are expensive, instruments, and they're kind of like every producer who's, you know, been making music for a while pretty much has a copy of them. I went ahead and I grabbed in Omnisphere. I found a patch called Immorium. So I spent a little bit of time trying to like pick the instruments, the ones that I thought sound a little better. Keyscape, I have a Rhodes, and so we've got this. Like this is getting closer to where like I would start playing around, and obviously this is basic. There's no 808. It's just drums. You know, the drums are already this is like medium level producer who's still kind of learning. Anyway. I think this sounds all right, kind of where it's at. I'm not a fan of the melody, but, you know, I just tried to grab one that didn't annoy the shit out of me. We're technically down because we already did 1 click to drag it in. So, click number 2. Let's do Supra. All right. That's kind of cool. 2 clicks and it's you know? Alright, let's play around some more. Maybe pull it back. I would pull it back a little bit. It's just all of these are like maxed out. So I only used it on the melody too, because in my opinion, like I already played with this a little bit, and by throwing it on the Rhodes, it just didn't work. So like I threw it on the melody to kind of add a little bit of flair to this kind of like plucky sound. And like, it's not terrible. It's not great. I could do the same with like, you know, plugins, and the people who own these, you know, Omnisphere and Keyscape are already going to have probably a little bit, at least a year or so under their belt, unless that, you know, they bought it without, you know, just went out and bought it. Anyway, 2 clicks and it's all right. I wouldn't say it's perfect. It's not done. There's still more stuff that would be needed. Let's move on to test number 3. So this is, a sample and a drum loop, and let's play it. Like this melody already sounds good the way it is. Cymatics puts together great melody loops and stuff like that. So now let's throw drip on it. You know, I don't think you need it in this kind of a case, but what if you did throw drip on it? What would it sound like? Can we make it sound better with 2 clicks, not including the click to drag it in? Now, granted, this is already a melody that's got kind of all the pieces to it. Like, it doesn't need a ton, but he says any sound, Kyle Beats on his website says any sound, and this is a sound, and in my opinion, it does not improve the sound. It makes it worse. Now, could you use this in certain circumstances, like, I don't know, a drop, a breakaway, a cut, a break, like some sort of like transitional? Yes, this would be ideal for transitional. But the idea, my problem, my beef with this plugin is, which I bought, like I spent my money on it, I got it discounted on Black Friday. My beef with it is that it doesn't do what it's marketed as. And like, if this was $12.50, I would have no beef with it. I would say, all right, whatever, do whatever sort of marketing you feel like on like saying how, you know, it's perfect for any sound, yada, yada, yada. It's $12. Like, I don't care. Or if it's free, right? I would still say like, it's not great on everything. And I probably wouldn't use it. And I'm probably not going to use it. Like, I gave Kyle $50, or I think I got it for like $25, but it like, I'm never probably going to use it. Maybe on a transition, maybe I'll screw around with it on like a transition or a kind of some sound design, which could actually maybe find some use. But this is more like intermediate or expert level stuff that I would use this on to just kind of like get little sounds. Maybe throw it on a send if I find a preset that I like or whatnot, and kind of adjust that. My beef is, number one, advertising is not accurate. It's overpriced. The installation is a pain in the ass, and everything. Some of the stuff that he said on, the idea of you don't need to spend years like wasted on like learning how to produce when you can just throw drip on everything. And four, what the fuck is shape? What the fuck is heat? What the fuck is spice and depth? Like, all of these things, they don't mean anything. Like, I guess depth is maybe reverb. Like. It's built to make you not, like, it's like automating production without learning production, and it's not benefiting you as a producer. You have to learn like his language, which I get, it's aesthetic, it's building a style, but it's not helpful. It makes the workflow slower for people who are like seasoned producers. And so I just have so many gripes with it. Like, I want to like it. I like his podcast. I like his YouTube channel. I've learned stuff from it. I appreciate it. I was excited. Like, I was legitimately excited when he said he was releasing it, and then he like paused and then released it. So I was legitimately excited. It's just like I'm excited for Cymatix's Diablo or whatever, which they keep saying they're going to release and never release. Like, I'm excited for these people that I look up to produce these plugins, because I think it's cool, like awesome. Like, I'm excited to see your tips and tricks. And then they release this. Not a fan. It's a waste of money. Don't buy it.